area if they can create that level playing field that we have to very much ask for.
Yes, Donald Trump and the U.S. government, they've actually sent a stern warning to President Tinubu and the Nigerian government.
Yet another horrifying report is coming out of Nigeria as over 60 Christians have been murdered by Muslim Fulani terrorists in what is being called a genocide.
When I was the ambassador, we had Nigeria on the special watch list, and then we made them a country of particular concern because this was going on. It's continued to take place, only it's growing. You've got more terrorist groups in the area, you've got more weaponry coming in, you've got more Christians being killed, and it's spreading throughout the region.
Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Guys, so the president of the United States of America, the person of Trump, alright, makes a statement about what is currently going on, alright, the unaliving of Christians and some other bodies in Nigeria, alright, that the government of Nigeria has refused to do something about it. But in this time, it's no longer like the way they've been saying it without taking an action. But I'd like you guys to pay attention to what is currently trending and is going on. All right, as the world leaders, all right, stands on their feet to do something. And in this particular video, I don't know if it's a sanction, but I'd like you guys to listen to every detailed information that this video is going to produce. And it will shock you that for some time, and it will also shock you how many persons that has been unalived, how many Christians that their lives has been cut short by the so-called Fulani herdsmen. And this thing, it seems as if the government is not seeing it. But how and why is it actually happening this way? All right, we have a president that says is against so and so activities of all right that has to do with unaliving people or cutting the life of people short. All right, but then no one seems to actually talk about it. Even the media outlets in Nigeria no longer talk about what is currently going on in Nigeria. If not for some of the bloggers that are so smart and they are able to put up some of these happenings that has been taking people's life, all right, out there on the social media. How would people know and how would the world know? And in this video, you're going to see most of the actions that these world leaders has promised to actually take in respect of what has been going on. All right. Here also, they also mentioned what is currently going on between Nnamdi Kanu, but most especially they talked about the unaliving of Christians, of which everyone knows very, very well that this is something that happens in Nigeria from time to time. All right, so please don't be in a hurry to leave. And just in case the first time you're seeing this channel or you're hearing from us, please do us well to subscribe if you've not subscribed, and then turn on the post notification bell for more updates from this channel. All right, so let's go straight into the video, and I'll be right back.
Fred appear here as the bishop, the Catholic Bishop of Makurdi Diocese, the capital of Benue State in Nigeria. I am the shepherd of one of the 4 Catholic dioceses in Benue. We have others, Anglican, Methodist, and the Pentecostals, which certainly Benue State has a population of about 6.1 million people, 2 million of whom are those under my care as the bishop of the diocese. Benue State is about 98% Christian, with very few Muslims living in towns. Nigeria and eventually my diocese and the state of Benue have become in recent years one of the most dangerous and insecure places for Christians. Christians and Muslims are nearly evenly divided among Nigeria's large population of over 200 million persons. Islamist extremists are fiercely contesting the possession, control, and governing law of the land, especially in the country's northern and central regions, the latter of which is where Benue is located. There are constant ethnic, political, and religious conflicts over land and allegiance. Constitutionally, we are a secular country, but our unity has been fragile. Political and religious actions and even public speech have been carefully managed to avoid accusations of religious bias and political tensions. Today, the clear influence of Islamist extremists has changed the traditional social dynamics of tribe, ethnicity, religion, and the social status in Nigeria. Because just recently, at the beginning of the Ramadan fast, 12 states in northern Nigeria have declared closed schools so that they attend to this. And you can imagine which other country in the world does that. Saudi Arabia is not doing it. Afghanistan is not doing it. Baghdad is not doing it, but then Nigeria is present. What kind of Islam are they practicing? 12 states, and not only Muslims are living in these places. What happens with the educational program or curriculum of the country? But this is what we are going through every day in Nigeria. A long-term Islamic agenda to homogenize the population has been implemented over several presidencies through a strategy to reduce and eventually eliminate the Christian identity of half of the population. This strategy includes both violent and non-violent actions, such as the exclusion of Christians from positions of power and adoption of church members, the raping of women, the killing and expulsion of Christians, the destruction of churches and farmlands of Christian farmers, followed by the occupation of such lands by the Fulani herders, and also changing the names of these villages. They are taking over the places, so you clearly see an expansionist approach and Islamic, and then they are making the people now flee and leave their villages, and they conquer it. The quest to Islamize the land appears high on the agenda of some of the powerful and influential Muslims in Nigeria. There is a campaign to take land to spread Islam, and there is the hemorrhaging of Christian farmers from the central region of Nigeria and Benue State, and Makurdi Diocese in particular, as they are forced to abandon fertile lands that used to feed the nation, which classify Benue as the food basket of the nation. Militant Fulani herdsmen are terrorists destroying society. They steal and vandalize, they kill and boast about it. They kidnap and rape, and they enjoy total impunity from the elected authorities. None of them have been arrested and brought to justice. This is supported by the corrupt system in which we operate and the abject poverty among us, which allow the criminals to easily attract more recruits and prey on more victims. Why is this happening? Is it really a religious war?
All right, and we also saw a video from the Catholic Pope or Bishop. These are people who made this intervention by the U.S. government, people who made it possible. Remember I said the number one person on the list was Simon Ekpa. The second person on the list is the Anglican Bishop or Christian Association organization. Then the third person that made it possible is the Catholic Pope or Bishop. Among this particular video that trended. Na Benue State. Guarantee keep Bishop na this particular video. The caption then at the screen. Watch that video.
Nella notte tra il 13 e il 14 giugno, nella città di Yelewata, nell'area amministrativa locale di Guma, nello stato di Benue, in Nigeria, si è verificato un terribile massacro in cui circa 200 persone sono state uccise con estrema crudeltà, la maggior parte delle quali erano sfollati interni, ospitati dalla missione cattolica locale. Prego affinché la sicurezza, la giustizia e la pace prevalgano in Nigeria, paese amato e così colpito da varie forme di violenza. E prego in modo particolare per le comunità cristiane rurali dello Stato di Benue, che incessantemente sono stati vittime della violenza.
The fourth person on the list with this particular video, I'll play for you guys to watch now. Take a look at the video.
More people dying in Nigeria than are dying in Palestine. Listen, I can tell you that last year, over 500,000 Christians were killed in Nigeria just in 1 year. By Muslims. Nobody's protesting. The activists are not saying anything. Of course not. Hypocrisy. In the north of Nigeria, Christians are being killed daily because the Islamic militants don't want Christians to exist in the north of Nigeria. Exactly. They want to see a world where there are no Christians at all. Yes. And they want to conquer not just Nigeria, they want to conquer Africa, they want to conquer Europe, and they want to conquer America. Listen. The younger generation who want to live in a better world must speak out today. And I'm calling on all. I love this guy, whoever he is. Free world.
Okay. Now, there are so many other persons and groups who made this possible. In another video, I will talk about them. The most shocking part of these updates now with Abuna, Fox News, one of the biggest news around the world, are beginning to put their interests. They are beginning to put concern, now spread this news that is happening around Nigeria, this kind of Christians, all by Fox. One for a video where Very Dark Man talks about this updates yesterday. Let me play a little of that video before I play a video from Fox. Who will get into now? Know that my Ozies Lamuroko, Neruzi in Enugu. Now watch this particular clip from Very Dark Man. After that, he watches this video from Fox. After that, another video he got watching. For how everything is being moving gradual by gradual. I don't want to say much in this video. First of all, we got this video from VDM. Ifo started these killings and this spying of Christians now down all over the country. After that, then I'll play this video from Fox. One will watch this video from beginning to the end. After watching the video, make sure to start this video so that others will also come across the updates. Enjoy the rest of the videos. I'll be right back.
Now, let's go back to the genocide. In the north, they are also suffering. Zamfara, Katsina, Taraba, a lot of northern states are also suffering all of this. Do you understand? It's a thing, it's politics. Politics, I swear. They give them guns. You see, now let's go back to Boko Haram. When Boko Haram came, they say Western education is a sin. But guess what? The people that empower them using religion. I'm telling you, this thing is politics. It's from the top. These people they have a board where they sit down and just decide these things. Say Western education is a sin, and then they got big guns. But you're using the phone. You've got guns that was created by Western education. They hid under that they don't want Western education for their people. But they left their people, and then they were going into different Christian states. Then they target religion and blah blah blah. It is politics, because how do they get guns in the bush? How do they get those Hiluxes that they drive, bulletproof Hiluxes, a lot of cars, bikes? How do they get those things in the bushes? You see, it's politics.
When I was the ambassador, we had Nigeria on the special watch list, and then we made them a country of particular concern because this was going on. It's continued to take place, only it's growing. You've got more terrorist groups in the area. You've got more weaponry coming in. You've got more Christians being killed, and it's spreading throughout the region. You could have a caliphate, an Islamic radical caliphate, throughout the middle of Africa that would have 500 million people if you don't get on top of this. And yet, like you say, nobody even knows it's going on.